Okay, I'm going to spin this and ask Sean a question. So in Cuba, there's a law called Decree Law 349. And basically, it is a censorship law that strictly censors musical and artistic presentations. Because it's Cuba, right? So it censors them. There were recently some artists in Havana, and they decided to protest this law. If you were one of these artists, and if you were going to go to the Capitol building in Havana to protest this law, give me an idea of what you might do if you were going to protest something like that. Because you wouldn't do what they did. But tell me what you would do.
Take a sign that said "fuck" on it or something.
That's what you would do?
Yeah.
They might think that you're protesting a sex law of some type.
Maybe I'd be doing that too.
So,
two birds, one stone.
So they did two things, Sean. First, they carried a sign, and the sign said, "Free art, no to Decree Law 349," which is pretty standard, right? The second thing that they decided to do, Sean, they wanted to somehow get across to the government that they're treating artists like shit. They cover themselves in human shit. We have a photo of one of them. Go ahead and put it up there, Nigel. There you go.
No.
Yes.
Simulated shit. You simulated shit.
Apparently, it was, from what the article said in the Havana Times, it was real shit, apparently.
No.
And they covered themselves in shit to, again, get the point across that you're treating artists like shit.
There are so many shit-like substances that you could use instead.
Yep.
I mean, not Nutella, because from what I've learned from Nigel's podcast, that you'll die trying to get Nutella at the wrong place.
I mean, didn't WWE use dog food? Like dog food and water?
I don't know, but
gross.
That's a lot of shit.
It's a lot of shit.
How did they prepare is what I want to know.
No idea. All I know is the Havana story said that they smeared shit on themselves and then they marched to the Capitol building in Havana.
So I've once told, I think I've told this story before, but at my high school, people always ask, what's the incident at your high school? And everybody has a different story. The incident at my high school
Is this the one you told me before about the guy in the gym?
Taking a dump. And I'm like...
Yeah, you said it like 3 times on this podcast.
No, I've said it once.
Like 3 times.
No, I've said it one fucking time. But...
3 times.
How do you plan that? You got to plan.
You don't. Yeah, you don't.
You've got to plan something. In my head, I would, if I were to take a dump, just willy-nilly in a gym and rub it all over myself, I'd have to plan something.
I'm sorry, what was that? Willy-nilly in a gym and rub it all over myself?
Yeah, willy-nilly in a gym, or for a protest, you got to plan. So what is your diet like leading up to this?
Have you seen Stand By Me?
Yes.
Yeah, we've talked about it literally 3 times on the podcast.
Oh, did we talk about that scene?
Yeah, 3 times on the podcast.
How did it relate to wrestling that we talked about it?
It was the thing because I suggested to my wife that the boys, the best friends, were actually in love with each other.
Okay.
And we ran a poll, and overwhelmingly people agreed.
But we talked about the puke scene?
Not the puke scene, but we've talked about Stand By Me enough for you to know, enough that you should remember that as much as a dude dropping a deuce in a gym.
I think the puke scene is the scene of that movie.
I didn't watch that far. I watched the last 10 minutes, enough to surmise that
So you're telling stories based on a movie you've never seen?
Apparently it was an effective one. I mean, I knew what I was talking about. This is not the first time ever historical conversation about shitting in gyms or Stand By Me.
Did you see what just happened there? He just told stories about a movie he hasn't actually seen.
I saw the last 10 minutes of it. That's it.